I think once he joins, we can get back him again for Q&A, which we are receiving in the Q&A box. Guys, please feel free to post your all queries in the Q&A section. You can also type in chat box, but chat goes on and on to us. So you can also put down your specific questions in the Q&A section, so that we at a relevant time we'll be there to answer your Q&A thing. I hope this session is getting more knowledgeable. You are able to understand the Dubai market through Kapil and Puneet, what they have explained. So that is where let me just take it ahead. And obviously we are also having a Q&A session again, once we complete certain things. But yeah, before that, let me just ask you one question, and to make the session more interactive, let me just ask you one question right now. I'm also sharing my screen so that we relate to that why we are here. And now, as you all have joined this webinar, what I understand is that somewhere we all are thinking about expanding our practice. We want to not only practice in India with Indian clientele, but we also want to practice in UAE. We also want to expand our practice in other jurisdictions like UK, US, which all the people are doing. And some of whom you have joined, you are also into that practice as well. And UAE is a good market, as been explained by Kapil and Puneet, that there are many laws which can be practiced over there, many services which can be given by chartered accountants over there. Indian chartered accountants, possessing a special level of intellect, they can serve client at a quality, giving the same amount of quality which the overseas consultants may also give. So that is what the preposition is. But as we are talking about this all things, to start, whenever I start a session which pertains to marketing, branding, or sales, I just ask one basic question to all CAs. When I'm interacting with CAs, I will only ask one question in the beginning. What is that question? That can you tell me that what are the two most important things which are required for selling of services, the CA services? Can anybody please tell me what are the two most important things in the chat box which you require for selling of services? Okay, Nikun says knowledge. Please type your comments in the chat box. Let us make this session a bit more interactive, so that you come to an understanding that what we are trying to put down here, what Kapil, Puneet ji were trying to say. They have explained well. But yeah, what are the two most important things required for selling of services? Okay, Hemant says integrity and knowledge. Thanks, Hemant, for responding. Quality of service, timely service, referrals, knowledge, experience, client, KYC, trust and connect, personal branding. Okay, branding I take up. Okay, that's a good answer. Understanding the services, ability to market your knowledge, and networking. Good. Thanks for responding. Now, technically, as you can see, two most important things, which technically, I have not been taught when I was learning for CA, or we being CA, we are not taught this, very clearly. But when we are into business, we then, after getting an experience, we come to know that, okay, this were the two most important things for selling of services. Because right now we are talking about business, right? What are the two most important things? But before that, you need to understand that what are the phases of sales. Like, there are two phases where you sell the services. आप services actually sell करते हो when you are engaged by the client, right? तब आप जाके operations करेंगे, तब आप जाके execution करेंगे. But there's a pre-sale phase which goes on, right? Pre-sale phase में, these are the two most important things which you required for selling that services. आपको client आपको engage करे, उसके लिए दो बहुत main चीज होती है. These two things are, first is market knowledge and product branding. Market knowledge is basically you should be aware about the practices which are going to that market, how you will render the services, what could be the pricing for that services. Someone answered here, or with regards to pricing of services, what are the opportunities, target market. So that is what we call market knowledge. हम एक bucket में पार्क करते हैं वो सारी की सारी knowledge को, that is what we call market knowledge. That is one of the important thing. But second most important is product branding, personal branding or service branding. People miss on that, right? हमको जाके काम तो करना है, लेकिन उससे पहले हमें बेचना भी तो पड़ेगा ना. So that is where these are the two most important things which you require to sell the services. And then after, once you are engaged by the client, then you sell the services. Now the question may arise that how do you create your own branding? Now, for answering this, let me also tell you one thing, that customer you show, I mean, I'm just put down here in a presentation that what you show is what you establish before your target market, which is your customer, right? Which are your customers. So what your modern day customer sees is your LinkedIn profile, your firm profile, your credentials, your followers on page, how you communicate during calls, your website, right? I don't have website, but I have a good branding over LinkedIn. So these are the things which your customer will see, and appropriately you will be able to create your brand in your customer's mind. I have very limited time to speak on this, but yeah, I hope you understand that. Now, saying this, let me introduce also one of the things which we are bringing right now. Again, we did that in June 24, and it was a successful tour. Again, we are introducing a CA business tour before you. That is, we are coming with a CA business tour in the month of January. This is from 21st to 25th. But before going about the tour details, which Mustafa will explain, let me introduce Jiten into this call. And Jiten and Romil, they will be able to explain you what benefits they have got from the last tour.